Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. So happy to have you here. This is week 3, and it is our movement and balance practice. So we're going to be doing a little bit of movement, and we're going to add some balances. But actually, we're going to add the balances first after just some gentle movement, and then we'll go into some more spontaneous movement. And remembering, especially we're in the movement part of the practice, is it's listening to your body. You don't need to follow my prompts. If I maybe feel like I'm wanting to go into a forward fold and I prompt the option of a forward fold, and you're feeling more like opening, this is a vayu or prana vayu practice. So we'll probably be doing a little more back bend, opening heart, and receiving in. So it is going to be a receptive. So we'll do a little yin in the beginning, always inviting some movement, some more yang movement if you want. But if not, you just feel like laying in savasana at any time. This is your practice, your ecstatic movement. Maybe there'll be gentler movements, maybe more active. It changes day to day, moment to moment, person to person. And this is Xander, the ecstatic yoga kitty cat. Yeah. Oh, this is my inheritance from John. So he's very special and very precious. Let's begin the practice. Let's begin with a little guided meditation, and then do a little bit of breath. And actually, we're going to start with a little bit of breath and some meditation, and then we'll move into some movement, and we'll close with a samadhi. And we'll close with a rapture meditation. Let's definitely do that. So we'll do savasana, and then when we get up from savasana, and I invite you to find your music now. After savasana, we'll do a rapture meditation. So we'll just sit total focused on listening with our heart to the present experience around us. And throughout the whole practice, this inward focus, this pratyahara, sense withdrawal, withdrawing our attention from the external and bringing our intention inward to that presence that's like always there. And giving ourselves that time, because our attention is very distracted outward, especially if we have children or we're at a busy job. We have to drive. We're not able to really sink deep into the nectar of our beingness as consciousness, as pure bliss and love eternal, and waves of self-sustaining joy and ecstasies. So we have to get still to experience ourselves as the true nature within us. So taking a few breaths into the belly, and this is a prawn and a heart opening. The home is in the chest, so we'll move into a 3-part yogic breath and a few breaths here, but just finding the part of the body that's connected to the earth. I have my feet, the bottoms of my feet, my sits bones, very rooted into the earth. Feel that support. Taking a couple breaths with just bring all your awareness to the parts of your body that are connected to the earth and that beautiful, loving support. It's always there in your piece of real estate right now on the earth. Nobody can own more or less than this. They're human. This is it. And breathe. Beautiful. Taking a moment to scan the inner being, mindfully scanning, maybe moving from the feet all the way up the legs. You can move through the knees, thighs. Just noticing what it feels like to be in your body, in your thighs, in your hips, your pelvis, the whole pelvic bowl. Noticing any sensations. Becoming aware of that spine, maybe straightening it out a little bit, that entire spinal column from the tailbone, sacrum, lumbars, thoracics, and cervicals behind the neck. And the skull just balancing so perfectly. That atlas, uppermost cervical. And another breath into the belly as you become aware of the physical beingness of yourself. And scanning now a more subtle energetic energy that's deeper within you. Noticing the heart, the etheric heart, the heart chakra, maybe the solar plexus. You feel the pranavayas moving and flowing in the different directions, up, down, circular. Allow whatever sensation is deep within you to arise and be experienced. Notice. Take time to be still and silent, noticing the subtle vibrations, a small, still voice. Basking into the emotional body, noticing what's going on emotionally inside of you without any judgment, with pure unconditional love, witnessing so what's there, what's moving through. Maybe from old programming from ancestors, maybe something from past life. So noticing what's moving through emotionally, maybe an early childhood trauma. Remembering that none of it is the witness. The witness is the subject. It's not the object. You are not merging with that higher aspect of yourself. And moving in and up into that vision Anamaya Kosha. That meditative, pure conscious awareness, aware that you're aware. Basking in that silent stillness. Felt sense of yourself. Of bliss. Of pure innocence. That perfect love that dwells within. Taking this moment to set this intention into this deep space of stillness within your consciousness. Always in the present, and in the positive, something that inspires your heart. It may be of words, it may be a vision, maybe a feeling. bringing to your awareness and drop that pebble into your consciousness for a few breaths before we begin the movement practice. Releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better. And taking some deep breaths into the belly, and moving into three-part yogic breath, beginning to move the body. If you're on a block or something, coming down to the floor. Hi, Sandy. We're going to have to move a little bit. I know that'll upset you. We're just going to move around a little bit, find a comfortable seat. We're bringing that breath into a three-part yogic breath, filling up the whole front cavity, inhaling into the belly, like a wave, the ribs, and then the chest. And you can pause gently at the top of the breath and exhaling completely. Moving into several three-part yogic breaths as you just gently move around the pelvis. Find your movement, your expression. Get the shoulders into it, the spine, the legs a little bit, the sits bones, face, head, part of the body. Do you want to move and experience freely in your body? Connecting with the higher aspects, the divine of your understanding. Moving, keeping that connection. Flowing spontaneously in your body while you keep that deep connection with the divine of your understanding. And beginning now to come onto either your right side or your left side. Beginning to feel how it feels on the earth on that side. And just begin to make gentle movements, keeping that connection with the divine. Find what parts of your body wants to move. You might end up on your back. Eventually, we'll all end up on our back in a few breaths. Finding in your back some ways you want to move. Some gentle windshield wipering of the feet and twisting the spinal column, that gentle happy baby. Maybe you're just resting on your back or pulling the legs in to the body. Taking some time here on your back to explore all the different ways. Yeah. Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly. So many things you can do on your back. You can move into even gentle Matsyasana fish pose, shoulder stand. Just having fun is gentle, or maybe a little more effort if you're wanting that today. It feels good in your body, on your back. Even a little bridge or a two-legged table. Moving table, my favorite. Being aware of upper back, those upper shoulders, touching the back, everything that's connected to the earth, bringing your awareness to that and how it changes, acknowledging that connection. And soon when you feel ready, moving over to the other side of your body. And again, moving ways that feel good on the side. A couple breaths. Eventually, moving over onto your belly. Taking a moment here, just relaxing and finding a nice, comfortable position for about 5 breaths. I like to make a little pillow with my hands, and I can put my forehead on top of that pillow, and I can breathe just fine. And I'm really comfortable, and my body is relaxed. I'm not in any type of overextension. So, or if you want to pet the kitty, find your relaxation pose. And beginning to move on your belly. If you're not already, and just finding different ways. Maybe you can move into a bird type of pose. And you're ready for a bow. Finding what feels good for you. Maybe just bringing those legs up and moving them back and forth. And some circles, making sure you go both directions. Honoring your body. And you bring one arm up and opposite leg up. Right, left brain, Jim. Make sure to go on both sides if you do something like that. Noticing the body, the sensations. The mind starts coming in. Just bring yourself back to the breath, the body, all the sensations. We're going to gently push ourselves up into table position, beginning to move in our table. Some spontaneous movements, what feels good in your body, what your body seems to be calling towards. And you can go all the way down into child's pose. And then you can come all the way up. And remembering as you come into that gentle back bend, opening the heart, activating the prana energy, prana vayu. And flowing spontaneously. Maybe you just want to do a cat-cow. Inviting downward facing dog by curling those toes under and lifting the hips, straightening out the legs. You're feeling like you want to come up a little more into a standing, moving into a nice little walking the dog. Bring your mind into the body and breathe. Bring it into the south. What a wonderful playmate you are, just you and you a little bit. Sense withdrawal, moving. Your downward dog, some spontaneous movements. Maybe you're moving into three-legged dog. Some circles maybe with the legs and warming up those hips. Both directions, both legs. Three-legged dog, and then opening up the hip. Circles. Beautiful. And beginning to walk those feet up to the hands. Become like a rag doll. Relaxing everything for a couple breaths here, noticing the sensations in the body, physical, energetic, emotional, vibrational. Being with yourself. What's going on? Your unconditional love. What you're experiencing. We're going to come up nice and slowly, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Just using the spinal column, not the hips, to bring ourselves up. Standing position. Letting the head be the very last thing to lift up, allowing those cervicals. Change this camera a little. Have Xander out of there. Sorry, baby, you're not in the picture anymore. And we're going to come to a standing position. Let's see how far. I've got so many plants here. That a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to move it back a little teeny. I'm going to do a little. So first thing I love everyone to do is tap this thymus. This is something that we can do every day to help build our immunities. Keep this thymus gland active and healthy and vibrant. Just tapping that thymus gland. Find your, however gentle you want it to be. And just some invitations, maybe a couple gentle twists. And I like to guide us into the breath of joy. Do some more spontaneous movements to music. Oh, I want to do a couple balances. So let's do the breath of joy, and then let's move into a balance. This camera looks a little crooked. Less crooked. That's right. I think that's better. Okay. So perfect. Here we are. And breath of joy is 3 inhales and then a nice complete exhale. So the inhale is going to be 3 little parts, and each part, the first one is the arms come up parallel to the floor. That first inhale. Second, out wide. And the third, all the way up. And then on the exhale, we're just going to roll down gently on the exhale, and then we'll begin again with our inhales. Okay, so let's exhale completely down. Your next inhale, come gently up, all the way up, and exhale. Inhaling, coming up, inhale, inhale, arms out, inhale, arms up, and exhale. We're going to do 3 more of those. And allow your heart to open, the pranavayu to open, as you feel that joy of just being you and knowing that you're always there. And when you're done, it's coming up to a standing position. I'm going to do one more thing before we move into the balance. They're just fun little brain gym things. We do them a lot in the 200-hour teacher training. So I like to review them from time to time. And that's just a little, side cross call, right, left thing. So it's things you can guide your yoga students into, things that are really good for you. Can even get the feet into it. Love that one. Getting that right and left brain coordinated. Right and left side. This is a good thing to do before a test. Okay. And it's also a good thing to do before balance. So here we are ready for balance. We're just going to move into tree today. And we might move into one more. But I love tree. It's a good foundational balancing pose. And the setup for tree is one that I use for all the other standing poses, standing balancing poses, because we're using some of our mental concentration practices to help stabilize the body, not just the physical body. So we're adding the physical, but we're actually adding some visualization and some concentration in to help the balance. And that's something that is good to add before you move right into the balance with all the poses. So this is kind of tree is a very, quite a simple one. And I'm going to move this back a little too so you can see my lower legs, because that's important too. Let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Bringing your feet a little closer than hip width apart. And I'm not going to mirror you right now. Bringing all your weight and all your attention into the right standing leg and bringing it off of that left leg. So the left leg has very little weight, and all the weight and the energy and your attention is going into this right standing leg. And use that visualization of this leg being a tree trunk. We're going into tree, it's a tree trunk. And a tree trunk is so solid. So that right leg is solid. And then underneath is these huge root systems, and they go down for miles, as big down, as far down as the tree goes up. And they go in all these different directions, and feeling that grounding of the tree trunk in your mind, and taking this left leg and opening the hip up. And you can rest that heel, the heel of the left leg, on the right leg there. And then the invitation is to bring it up a little higher if you like, and bring our arms out, to our tree branches out. So finding what feels right for you, and it could be all the way up into a half lotus. I love half lotus for some reason. It feels easier. And find a drishti, a point in front of you that's not moving, engaging the Mula Bandha, and breathe. One more breath. You fall out, just go right back in and releasing out. Beautiful job. And we move to the other side. So we do the same thing. We're going to bring the energy, we're going to bring our body weight into that left standing leg, and very little on the right. And we're going to imagine that left leg as it's bringing that stability into this pose. It's a tree trunk, it's solid, goes deep into the earth, it's got many branches of its root system, and we're solid and we're secure on that left leg. It's goes deep down into the earth. Opening up the right hips, and bring that right heel to rest on the left leg, stabilizing the balance. Bring the arms out. Just to let them know we're going to go into our tree, our branches, and then find where your leg wants to be. Find your pose. If you go out, just come right back in. Bring the branches out and breathe. One more breath. And releasing at the end. A little left side is sometimes if I don't do my balances regularly, I can tell I need some help. So this is good that I'm doing this too. I haven't done my balances for a while. Let's do one more while we're here. Let's do half moon. Half moon is, oh no, you know what? Because we're in prawn energy, so half moon is our hearts open, but it's kind of actually, we can do a little more twist to do a revolved half moon. So we'll do that on a different samana. So let's do the dancer. This is a little challenging one, but if you need a wall to stand on or to hold for the dancer, instead of having the hand up, just have it on the wall. That's a really good way to start the dancer. But this is a good one because I have a little bit of extension in the spine, a little back bend, so the heart is open and we're activating that prawn volume. Let's bring all our weight and all our energy into the right standing leg. Feeling that root system going down, that solid connection and grounding to the earth. And then let's bring the right arm up. And the left arm, we're going to open it up so the palm is facing out. And lifting that left foot up, we're going to allow that left hand to grab the left foot and begin to hinge over into your dancer. Finding your drishti, pressing that back foot into the back hand, left foot, and breathe. Oh. One more breath. And coming down. So I'm a little bit wobbly today. I have to look at that. It's a little late. Maybe that's part of it. So noticing how you are in your poses and maybe where that is for you overall. So for me, where can I become a little more stable in my inner, outer mind, body, spirit connection? Move through with stability and ease. So I'm going to bring that to my contemplation. We're going to move to the other side and we're going to bring the left hand up and bring all that weight into the left standing leg. The left leg is a tree trunk, root systems, solid, opening up that right hand, palm out, and lifting the right foot up, grabbing it with the right hand, and then stabilizing yourself. And when you feel ready, beginning to hinge forward, finding your hinge and pressing that foot into the back hand. Find a drishti and breathe. One more breath. Coming down. Good job. So taking a moment, bringing the hands in Anjali Mudra, noticing the sensations in your body, diving into Pratyahara, keeping the heart open, noticing what's going on in that beautiful heart chakra. You want to just bring your hands onto your heart, it's home of Pran Vayu. Maybe some 3-part yogic breaths, opening up the chest with the breath. Noticing what's going on inside of you. It's great love, and appreciation, and acceptance. be there for you. Beautiful job. And I'm going to invite us to just moving into our spontaneous movements. Maybe you want to start kind of gentle, flowing. At any time you want to move into a yoga pose, you can. Remembering you can shake out the body, shake out the arms, shake out the legs. You can move the body in ways and it's not normally moving in. Find your movement. Making it feel good. Expression of your soul, of your being in this moment in a physical body. What do you want to express? You might want to add some twists into it. Stretches, maybe a pose or two. Even though you can do some bouncing, shaking and bouncing. You can leap around the room. I don't have a very big space for leaping. I could do this downstairs, but there's no windows. Twisting, kicking, moving in ways that make you feel good. Maybe being silly in yourself. Maybe feeling like a little kid again, just playing and bouncing around and freeing your body. Sleeping. Enjoying it, whatever it is. Maybe you're just swaying. Maybe you're making big movements. Whatever it is you're doing, make it fun. Make it feel good. Put on your own music and let the music dance you. Make it joyful. How can you move in joy with your body? Put on the music that brings joy into the cells, the water, molecules, and every molecule, atom in your body. Just to be alive. What's fun for you right now? How to move in your body. Be joyful and free, a little bit more free, shaking out any blocks, any resistance. Keeping the breath flowing, the heart open. It does not like to be picked up. Do you want attention? I'm beginning to slow down and moving into a gentle sway, getting the body prepared for a standing yoga mudra as we honor the heart and the Omopran Vayu. We'll hold this inversion for a couple breaths, maybe 2 to 3 breaths, finding what's comfortable for you. If anytime you want to come down into a seated position, do that. Allowing the body just to relax and heartbeat to come down a little bit. Couple 3-part yogic breaths, opening up that pranvayu, gentle sways, movements. Let the feet be still now. Be a little, bringing them hip width apart, about right there. Gently move, but mostly in that same spot. 3-part yogic breaths. Aware of the body, allowing it to become even more still, feeling the body become lengthening, the ankles lengthening, the shins and knees, the thigh bones, the pelvis, the spinal column, the shoulders, feeling even the arms lengthening down and those cervicals lengthening up and the skull lengthening up. And inhale, bringing those arms up. Let's go into a gentle back bend, opening up that heart and that pranavayu, that pranvayu, head in alignment with the spine. And on your next exhale, hinging down as you bring the hands behind you and clasping them together in standing yoga mudra, bringing them up towards the sky, relaxing the head down, honoring that heart chakra, which is the highest organ in the body. Shoulders are nice and open. And engage that Mula Bandha and breathe as you honor this heart chakra, this heart center, this sacred heart space. That is you. within you. And when you're feeling ready, gently releasing the hands and bringing them down. We're going to come all the way onto our backs and do a couple releases in Savasana. So the knees are up, feet are bottoms of the feet flat on the earth. And let's just moving those knees back and forth a little bit. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Let's move into hula, swiveling the hips. Feeling one hip coming up towards the armpit, opposite going down towards the heel. Everything's flat on the earth. Nothing lifts up for this hula. Really noticing the sensations, keeping this pelvic area lubricated, flexible, relaxed, mobile. Coming back to center, and we move into hip pointers, pointing one hip at a time up towards the sky. And you want to come all the way off the earth you can, but mostly focusing on that one hip pointing up towards the sky. Noticing the sensations in the lower back, the hips, hip pointers. Coming back to center, moving into cat-cow, supine cat-cow on our backs. Into cat, we're going to exhale, tuck the tailbone under, feel the small of the back press into the earth. Inhaling, we're going to arch the back, feel the tailbone sticking into the earth, heart is open, in our cow extension, moving back and forth, noticing sensation. Exhaling on flexion, inhaling on extension. Extension, heart is open, opening, receiving inward into our hearts, into our beings, receiving inward prana energy, drawing it into the heart, from the external to the inward. Making some little spontaneous movements. Sacral area, hips. And then walking those feet out a little wider, and let's drop one knee at a time in towards the center. Feel a nice opening of the hips. You can let that relax in the center. As long as it feels good for you, several breaths, maybe just one breath. And then you may want to move over to the other side, the opposite knee into the center. Listening to your rhythm in your body. Single knee drop, one at a time. And then coming back to center, walking those feet all the way together and dropping both knees over to one side or the other. A breath or two here. And this nice, beautiful twist. Make sure you're in the feel so good zone. And on your next inhale, lifting that top leg, bringing it all the way over to the other side. Taking a breath here with both legs, kind of a Baddha Konasana, a nice open position. And when you feel ready, lifting that bottom leg, bringing it over. And continuing this double knee drop at your own pace, your own rhythm, for a few more breaths. And beginning to make any last movements in your body. Maybe you want to bring your knees to the chest, one final release and relaxation of the lower back. Maybe happy baby, maybe a pose that your body was craving. Any final last stretches or movements, or maybe you want to just start getting right into your savasana. You need to put on socks or a sweatshirt or a blanket, eye pillow, making yourself as comfortable as possible. And beginning to bring yourself into savasana, bringing your awareness to where your body is connected to the earth, acknowledging that all loving support, and let yourself surrender in and release all tensions and just relax into Mother Earth deeply as you can. Knowing this Anamaya goes to this physical body. It is safe, it is secure. In this very moment, it can relax. Feel that breath in the belly. Feeling alive as energy in and around the body. An orb of energy. There. And moving to that Manamaya Kosha and that Pratyahara. Sense withdrawal and bring all the awareness inward. Notice the emotions, the sensations, the aliveness. moving up into Vijnanamaya Kosha, moving into pure conscious awareness, allowing Samadhi to take you by grace at any moment. Anandamaya Kosha. We will relax in complete silence for several breaths. Savasana. Getting take some nice deep breaths into the belly. Move back into the body. Wiggling the fingers. and the toes, gentle movements with the arms and the legs, and a stretch. When you feel ready, moving over to one side or the other. Taking a couple breaths here, noticing the sensations, the shifts in your body and energy and physical organs and fluids. And when you're ready, coming up to a seated position. And taking a moment to bring yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice, seeing it, visualizing it, feeling the emotions of it. And releasing that intention with the this or better, this or better, this or better. And we'll close our static movement practice with a namaste prayer. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. And when I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. I am Grace. You can go to ecstaticyoga.studio for information on our yoga teacher trainings and retreats. Wishing you a beautiful and blessed day.